Okay, so moving along, I just wanted to show that there's other reasons why horns were used as a symbol long ago. It's just not depicting Satan and the devil. There's other things going on here. 1,000 years ago, or thousands of years old, Sumerian wall engraving depicts Ninmah, the mother goddess, in the laboratory house of creation, surrounded by test tubes, beakers, and tripod. Okay. She's seated with Adam on her knee. The feature in this pictograph, which identifies the goddess, is the horned headdress. Oh, the devil? No, don't think they're talking about the devil. The horned headdress is a symbol for the gods of that time. The same as today, as a crown is a symbol of a king or a queen. The Latin word horn is cornu, and corno in Italian. The Italians wear an Italian horn on the jewelry, and that's a corno. So corona in Spanish means crown. So as is seen in the word cornucopia, meaning the horn of plenty, the word unicorn meaning one horn, and then for the word cornu, the word is derived, crown comes associated with the same word. So crown, the horns come from also the same depiction of the crown. The crown and the horns, the horned crown, you get what I'm talking about. So I wanted to point this out here. This comes from Jordan Maxwell. I'll show you Jordan Maxwell. I'll show you David Icke. Oh, David Icke, he talks about reptilians. We can't listen to him. Well, yes, we can. You don't have to believe everything David says, but you can listen to the information. That's why I put up a video for Bashar. Oh, a channeled entity? We can't hear that. Well, sure you can. You can hear that, and you can hear everything. And you can just take what you want. That's what I've been arguing with people here online for so many years. They're like, oh, no, that's evil. We can't associate the stars with religion. Well, sure we can. And we can associate this here. Jordan Maxwell's an esoteric scholar and written tons of books, and he's been studying the occult. Oh, occult, that means evil. No, it means hidden. There's esoteric knowledge which can be used for evil, which the Illuminati is using it in that purpose. The controllers of the planet are using it that way. Or we can use esoteric knowledge for good. So it's not the fact that it's occult or esoteric. It's just hidden information, but it can be used for good or bad. So anyway, this is Jordan Maxwell here, and this is what he's saying about Moses. Moses was a lunar deity. Oh, no, he couldn't have been. He just took the Israelites out of Egypt. Well, yeah, he did that, but how do you know this isn't true? I don't know it is. I don't know it isn't. Do you know 100% that it isn't? Well, let's move on then. Moses was the leader of a moon cult. This is why in all the paintings and sculpturings, this is from 2009, by the way, in Europe, you always see Moses wearing horns. Have you ever seen that? Moses wearing horns? It's in the Vatican. It's all over museums of the world. It's all over. It has been. This is not a Mandela effect for me. Why is Moses always pictured with horns? Because Moses was a leader of a lunar cult, the moon worshippers. So at one time, the Jews were worshippers of the moon. Oh, wow, that sounds crazy. No, it sounds appropriate. Lots of sun and moon worship going on, everybody. Back in the day, way before Christianity, way before Jesus Christ, way back, 6,000 years ago, there was moon worshiping going on and sun worshiping. This is why the Native Americans, their chiefs wore horns. The Vikings wore horns because all these cults, cultures, Native Americans, Vikings, ancient people, the Middle East, worship the moon. The Middle East, the moon. The moon, of course, in the lower quarter was the horns. And this is why they wore horns. In Arabia, there's a high mountain range at night. With the Egyptian side, the moon comes up in the east. It comes up from a mountain range, and so the ancient people believed that the moon was a god and that it lived in the mountain. And so their religious celebrations of the old man in the mountain was the moon god. In the ancient Arabic system, the moon god was called Sin. Sin. That was the moon god's name. That was his name. The moon god of Arabia was Sin. And the mountain in the ancient language, a mountain was spelt A-I. So you take a mountain, A-I, with the god who lived in the mountain, Sin, the moon god, You put together, you get Sinai, Mount Sinai. Moses came down from Mount Sinai, Sin Ai. So you get all the Moses coming down and then the moon god, and well, that could explain Michelangelo using some occult knowledge to put the horns on. Could be, maybe not. Maybe it's a Mandela effect and the devil did it. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Just giving you a different perspective here. So moving along, why does Moses have horns? It's all explained here in this video by Jordan Maxwell. You see the moon, you see the horns. There's lots of information here. You can't just base it off some tunnel vision. I could put a link to this video down below. Just wanted to show you here, you know, what is that? I don't know. There's the Pope. I don't know. What is that? Looks like the sun to me, sun rays. That may sound crazy to some. Not trying to offend. There's the fish head there. You know, Dagon, the fish god, goes way back, everybody. This stuff goes way back. This doesn't take away from me researching the word of Yeshua. I mean, I love Jesus's teaching, and I think that's kind of what we've been drawn away from, the true message. And it's been turned into, you know, what's this? Here's Mithra, you know, the rays of the sun. A lot of the Mithra legend was turned into the Christian, and Christianity took old stories and you know, created their own. Now, this may sound really bad to a lot of people. You know, this may make you not want to hear anything I have to say anymore. Well, that's fine, okay? But I had to do this video, and I had to say this stuff. I've been researching this stuff for 10 years or longer. I've been researching symbolism for like 30 years. So you see these images. You know, what is that? Why is that depicted like that? Oh, that's a halo. Oh, okay. That's what I was always told. It's a halo. Well, wow, that sure looks like the sun back there. But anyway, I could go real deep into this whole solar thing. I don't think everyone's interested in that today. So let's see. This is the Virgin Mary here, right? I mean, was she standing on a horn? What's this crescent horn here? It looks like the horns of a goat. Well, maybe not a goat, but a bull. Bull horn. Looks like bull horns. See? Look at this. Standing right here. This is a symbol of the moon. Standing on the moon. The crescent of the moon. So there's a lot more going on here than just, oh, Moses has horns. Oh, that's a Baphomet. Satan, Lucifer. Maybe. But that's not a given. It's not a given, like some people would have you believe. Now, here's where I want to make the connection to the Mandela Effect. Saturn, moon matrix. This is very interesting. Oh, but Icke talks about lizard people. We can't listen to Icke, right? No, that's BS. You don't want to believe everything Icke says. I would never say, David, you know, believe everything David says. No, but what's wrong with listening to some of the information? I don't see anything wrong with it. That's where I disagree with some people. But this here moon matrix, very interesting. Saturn, the Lord of the Rings. This frequency, the Saturn thing, you know, on the North Pole, I think of Saturn is like an all-seeing eye. On the South Pole, there's a hex where like a cube would fit in there. And black and the law, and Moses was the lawgiver. Well, Saturn is the planet ruling over law. There's so many connections going on, everybody. The all-seeing eye. This gets so deep. The rabbit hole is so deep, but I think there's so many different connections going on here. How your reality is being manipulated by this moon-Saturn matrix. Oh, that sounds far-fetched. Well, sure it does. But who has an explanation for the Mandela Effect? It's pretty darn far-fetched, isn't it? I just wanted to throw this all out there, everyone. So you can just, I'm going to put a link to this here and a link to this here. If you want, check them out. If you're someone who's trying to find answers, find the truth, there it is, the truth. It just happened to be right there. I don't have the truth. I'm not telling you I have it. The moon is not necessarily bad. You know, maybe we start breaking through out of this matrix and and we start seeing what is really